scary experiences of your own that you would like to share with me and have me read them in a future video, email this email, and shout out to everybody who has done that so far. I love you so much. And I'm not joking, you guys are amazing, and you don't know how much it means to me. Like, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You do not know how much it means to me. Anytime I get an email notification with a subject line of scary story or like anything, my heart, I start getting heart palpitations, but in the good way. Let's get started. The first story tonight is from Sam. Shout out to Sam. First of all, I wanted to say that these stories aren't really scary. I just think they're pretty special. Smiley face. Okay, cool. I'm also not a native English speaker, so I'm sorry for any mistakes. You're Gucci. Don't even have to apologize. Story number 1. My mother's friend got really sick and was taken to the hospital. She was put on intensive care for a few weeks. After some time, the doctors told them that she wouldn't get better, and she only had a few days left. My mom's friend spent all her time at the hospital, and the day before her mother died, her mother told her that if she would die, she would come back as a butterfly. That same night, she passed away in her sleep, and the next morning her daughter came to visit her. She realized almost immediately that she passed and called a doctor. As she was waiting, she noticed a little butterfly by the window. I love that. I couldn't even imagine how that felt. I kind of want to cry right now. Holy shit. I'm speechless. And I don't want to cry, so I'm gonna read story number 2. My religion teacher told me this story when I was little, and I remember it in detail. When she was in her early 20s, both of her brothers passed away. Oh my goodness. They got buried beside each other, and both of them had little swans carved on their coffins because they loved swans. After a couple of years, her dad got really sick and also passed away. After his funeral, she walked with her mother to their graves. While she was talking to her mother, she suddenly saw 3 swans flying over the graveyard. She still believes to this day that those swans were her brothers and father. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. They were them. Thank you for reading these stories. Again, sorry for any mistakes. I have one question. Ooh, also you're good. You're totally good. Anybody, for future reference, if you think your English is bad, don't even fucking worry. I just love that you're sending me something. You're doing amazing. I have one question. Do you believe in reincarnation? I love your question. Also, future reference, if you want to send me questions like that, go off, sis, or bro. And the answer is, honestly, by the way I reacted to the stories, yes, I do think it's possible to wake up again in a different type of body, or at least come back as something to reassure your family members you're okay. But in my opinion, when you die, I think you return to whatever the fuck void we came from before we were born, and we all don't remember, so can't be that bad, I guess. There's a short and sweet answer. Yes. The next story was from Netta. Hello. First of all, I want to start by saying I love your videos. Don't make me cry. I have a story that's not spooky, but is terrifying and unfortunately real that I experienced. It's also kind of long, so if it's too much, you don't have to share it on the channel. It's never too long. Never. So let's start with the background story. I was hospitalized in a mental health facility 2 years ago. Most of the girls there were Russian and I wasn't. There was this one nurse who always creeped me out. He was always talking about how he wants to die, and his wife left and took his kids and he didn't do anything, and blah 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 blah. I feel like that's a topic you shouldn't be fucking talking about on your job at a mental health facility, grade or 7th grade. I made friends with a girl named Sam who lived in my neighborhood. My parents didn't really approve of me having sleepovers growing up, but Sam's house was just down the street. They approved staying there every once in a while. Sam's mother was a single mom and often worked at night. One weekend, we decided to have a sleepover, and it was the first time that Sam's mom wasn't going to be home with us. Miss Sam's house was on the smaller side. If you stood in the center of the living room, you could see entirely into each room of the house. They were doing some remodeling, so there were broken pieces of drywall sprawled throughout the house. What are two unsupervised 12-year-old girls meant to do? Sam suggested a Ouija board. Of course, we didn't have one, so we had an idea that only 12-year-old girls and the Grinch could have. If I don't have a Ouija board, I'll make one instead. I thought it was silly because I was a very skeptical person. After some very brief research, some markers, and a piece of drywall, we had our very own homemade Ouija board. I regret now that I was the one who drew everything. We sat on the floor of Sam's bright orange bedroom with her door open. All the lights in the house were turned off except for one desk lamp. I read online that you could use a shot glass for the planchette, so that is what we did. We sat across from each other with the two fingers each on the base of the flipped shot glass. Almost immediately, the shot glass began to move around the board, and we asked all the questions that you are not supposed to ask. What is your name? Daniel. Daniel. How old are you? 2. Are you here to hurt us? Y-E-S. Yes. Sam and I were laughing at these responses coming through. How could a 2-year-old even spell? We laughed. How did you die? S-I-D-S. It's spelled SIDS. Sam looked up at me and said, "What is SIDS?" This is when it became real to me. I had already become interested in medicine at this age and knew that SIDS stands for Sudden Infant Death Syndrome. There were immediately so many problems with this. SIDS rarely happens in infants less than 1 year old. Most importantly, I didn't spell it, and Sam didn't know what it was. When this realization dawned on us, we both quickly took our fingers off the shot glass. We began to panic, and I clearly hadn't done enough research. Sam began frantically Googling while I went through the house, turning every light back on. We both ran to the bed and began frantically asking each other if we swore we didn't move the glass. Just as we swore, we heard the sound of the shot glass moving across the drywall by itself. We didn't say goodbye. Sam and I hurried back over to the board, put our fingers back on the glass, just long enough to say goodbye, and ran to the other bedroom and jumped under the covers. This was the first night of my life I've ever pulled an all-nighter. We both just stayed awake staring at the board from across the bedroom. We just both stayed awake staring at the board from the bed across the hall, waiting for there to be a sound. When the sun came up, I packed my things and basically ran back to my house. A few days after this, she told me that a family friend took the board and the shot glass, broke them, and scattered the pieces on different islands on Lake fucking Lanier, bitch. Lauren, Lake Lanier is more haunted because of you. Daniel is in the lake. Daniel is in the lake. That's all I can say. I think this was meant to reassure me. Sam and I were still friends after this, but she ended up moving away with her mom very unexpectedly. I walked to her house one day and they were just gone. Many years had passed and we lost contact. exist on any social media, and neither does her mom. I even looked in obituaries but found nothing. It's like she never existed. Lauren, I never asked you this, but do you own a yearbook from when you guys went to school together? Like, is her picture there? I know that's a dumb question, but is her picture there? I need to know. But that's so crazy, and I thank you so much for sending that story. The very next and last story is from my other best friend, Kat. It's called Pool Trip. I offered to take my little sister to the pool after I already had a long day, so I decided not to swim with her and supervised from a lounging chair in the shade. I was planning on staying for around an hour, giving her plenty of time to swim and play. It was a perfectly mundane summer afternoon, so naturally other neighborhood residents wanted to come enjoy the pool. Eventually, a family with 2 younger daughters, my sister knew, came to swim. From my understanding, they were our neighbors from up the street. They started to play pool games with my sister for a bit, and as I was on and off my phone, their dad was splashing the water with them. I was planning on leaving sooner, but I wanted to let her have more time with the family that had just come. I watched their dad pick up and throw my sister a few times before I finally was ready to call it. I really didn't like the way he was grabbing her seemingly more than his own daughters. No harm was done, but I didn't like it one bit. But she was having a blast, so I braced for becoming the bad guy when I said, "Okay, it's time to go home now." She protests, "No, a little longer, please." I stand my ground. "No, we're going. It's been over an hour." Suddenly, the dad chimes in. "We can drop her off after we leave." Now, I get it's a typically normal thing to do, and I could have easily said yes and left her there, but I didn't personally know him, nor did I want him to keep grabbing and throwing her when I left. So, I had to become a bitch that said, "No, I'm going to take her home. We have to go." He didn't accept my first no either. It was kind of insane. He tried to negotiate with me about it. "It's a no for me, dog. Like, fuck off." I told my mom about it when we got back, and she thought it was weird too. I felt like I overreacted. I still do. No, you didn't. I would have done the same thing. You're a good sister. But there was something about his enthusiasm to keep her there that confirmed it's much better to be safe than sorry. Amen. Thank you so much, Kat, for sending me that story. I'm glad our sister is safe. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this little spooky session. Don't forget to like, subscribe,